Change often arrives without warning, reshaping our industries, reconfiguring our lives, and calling us to lead differently. But for some, change becomes a constant companion, not just something to adapt to, but something to harness. Anne Mwale Kaluba is one such leader. With a career that spans strategic leadership in market research, corporate development, and financial services, Anne has not only navigated change, she's led through it. As the country president for IPSOS in Zambia, Anne has steered complex transformations with a steady hand, leveraging data and insight to help companies and countries make smarter decisions. Whether leading multi-sector teams, championing innovation, or mentoring emerging leaders, Anne brings both clarity and courage to the table. Her career is a reminder that with vision, empathy, and strategic rigor, we don't just survive change, we shape it. Today, we take a seat at the table with Anne Mwale Kaluba.
It has evolved in a way that previously we focused a lot on statistics. So it was about letting you know 20% of women think this way about hair, or this number of people think a certain way about your particular product. But we have moved from general statistics to providing more insights, which is relevant in a C-suite. So it informs how organizations make decisions about their customers, make decisions about products. How do they want to be viewed? How do they want customers to interact with them? So it has evolved a lot from basic statistics to more insightful data. Investing in people, ensuring that you have the right team around you. One thing that I have learned over time is that not one single person is smarter than all of us. So if you can work together as a team, if you can bring together a team of skillful individuals, bringing their A game at every point, you then have a better chance as an organization to succeed. Staying grounded for me has been about being passionate about whatever sector I find myself in. I can tell you that it's been an interesting journey from the research world to financial services sector to the development world. But what has kept me grounded is being passionate wherever I am. I find that it's very helpful when you can immerse yourself in whatever it is that you're doing, and then continually and be deliberate about investing in yourself. So if you find yourself leading in the world of corporate finance, understand what corporate finance is. Grow yourself in that space. Ensure that you are technically savvy in the space that you are operating in. That's easy. In the last couple of years, we all encountered COVID. It absolutely disrupted how business was done. It absolutely disrupted how we were collecting data, how we were interacting with clients. So one of the things that we did different was change how we collected data. Before COVID, would primarily visit people's homes. We were very people-focused. Would go into people's homes, would go to people's organizations and collect data face-to-face. But with COVID, it was certainly not safe. We could not do that. So we had to come up with strategies that meant that we could still collect data from these large sample sizes without visiting people's homes. We then relied a lot on technology. We then relied a lot on non-conventional ways of collecting data. What this has taught me is it's not always about hard work. We have almost ceased investing a lot on heavy lifting and opted to then work smarter. How can we collect data in a more agile way, faster, smarter, and in fact, even more health friendly to ensure that our staff are collected in how they collect this data. This is one of the ways that we have changed or adapted to disruptive situations. One of the things I've learned about teams is allow them to learn. Allow your teams to learn. Allow the teams to fail. You only get better at something that you do often. If you are filming for the first time, you're probably going to make a mistake. If you are drawing for the first time, you're probably going to make a mistake. One of the sayings or the quotes that I like the most is one that says, every great artist has a wardrobe full of bad paintings. So if you're going to let any team overcome challenges or begin to believe in themselves, allow them to fail. Give them the gift of failure. Allow them to try something new, allow them to fail, and allow them to learn. Also, it's important that you set a good example of what feedback looks like. Set a good example. Let them see something that they can aspire to. I think that is one way of ensuring that you have a team that can bounce back from anything. I think that data plays a very important role in letting us know the status quo. How are things happening at the moment? Whether we're measuring impact, whether we're measuring customer experience, whether we're measuring product evaluations, whatever it is, what data does a very good role is providing where we are. So it lets you know, for instance, how do people like your product? How are people interacting with your product? How are they experiencing your brand? Do they like you? Do they not like you? But it also then lets you know what you need to do to improve your offering, to improve your program. What I like about the use of data and how that can help you in terms of ensuring that people still remain a relevant part of your business is that you still need people to actually deliver. Whatever it is that the data is telling you, AI can do it. You cannot have the data and sit in a boardroom and say, all right, so 90% of the people are aware about who we are and they like us, or our program has been impactful in that when we started, we had 60% of this community being malnourished, but now this number is down to 15%. So what? The most impactful part of data is that you are now able to use those insights to deliver change. So now that you have so many people that know your product, what can you do? How do you ensure that you sustain that level of knowledge? It then requires the people to be trained adequately to ensure that you're delivering at the level that you have promised to deliver, to ensure that your program is still impacting the communities the way that you want it to be impactful. So data on its own is great, but we still need people to carry out the various aspects that any organization wants to ensure that it's delivering to its target consumers, to its target audiences, to deliver the impact required. All right. Number one is we provide some very nice programs. We provide internships. I've actually found that in Zambia, we don't have a lot of organizations that teach research, that teach interaction with data. So we allow for interns to come. We allow for an opportunity or a platform that allows us to grow and groom our own researchers. So that's something that we are passionate about. But to the young people, what I like to say is be teachable. It's very important that you remain teachable, that you are curious, that you invest in your mindset and understand that change is the only constant. So if you are not investing in your mindset and are not allowing yourself to be adaptable in the changing times, you'll find that you'll get stuck somewhere. So as a young person, be teachable and learn the skill of getting feedback from wherever it comes from. Get the feedback. There is a saying again that says feedback is the food of champions. So get the feedback from wherever it's coming from. Be adaptable. That way you can thrive in an environment that is not the best for today. But when you learn through that, when you thrive through that, and you pick up skills that such as adaptability, you'll find that you can literally thrive anywhere else. I think it's been brilliant to experience and brilliant to see. One of the biggest shifts I've seen is we have more people-focused organizations where women have leadership roles and where we actually have more women in exco positions, in leadership roles. You'll find that organizations have shifted from being target-oriented. It's about meeting this goal. It's about meeting this target. I'm not saying with the women we are no longer setting targets and meeting them, but we are more empathetic. It's no longer just about an employee. We see the person behind the employee. And I think that that is something that's very, very important and something that is actually to be celebrated with having more women in these leadership roles. What can we do more of? Creating a lot of these platforms. What A Seat at the Table is doing is one of those things that is actually encouraging women. I think that if we can have more women speak out, become more visible, it empowers even the woman out there who may not think it's possible to become. As the saying goes, if you can see them, you can be them. So if we can have more women leaders being visible out there, showcasing what they are doing, no matter what it is not small. It encourages somebody out there to believe that they can become. And let's do it. It has humbled me. Over the years, I think when you're younger, you have the arrogance of youth. You think you know everything and you think you're invincible at times. But going through these different phases of my life has humbled me. And it's made me realize that even success is not always single-handedly made. You many times will need support. Many times you will need cheerleaders. Many times you will need to stand on the shoulders of giants, to see further, to achieve more. So it has humbled me in a way that I am able to relate to various people in various stages of life. If you saw me 2 weeks ago speaking to a team in Kalingalinga conducting a survey, you would probably not recognize me. It has enabled me to be able to be versatile in how I interact. But also it has taught me grace, to be gracious to young people, especially when they are going through their arrogance, to know that it's a matter of time. They will calm down. It has also taught me grace when I encounter women or youths who sometimes have moments where there's failure, to just show a little bit more grace and be a mentor, be able to reach out and lend a hand, help somebody else up. It has looked like different things over time, but rest for me right now is about investing in me. So ensuring that I have cut out times where I have a nice cup of coffee. And that is mostly my Saturday morning when I've done my run, and enjoying a cup of coffee, reading a book. One of the books I am looking forward to indulging is Still Standing. That's what rest looks like for me. And just being deliberate about blocking out time that is just about me, whether it's going into the garden, taking care of my plants, whether it's going on a run. I'm very big on taking care of my body. So whether it's running, whether it's swimming, that is what rest looks like for me. Scheduling. I have learned the art of scheduling. One of the things that I have learned to do in the recent past is actually block out time for what matters. If I need to have dinner with the people that matter to me, I will schedule it in. Some of my kids are in boarding school, and sometimes I'll be in a meeting and my phone will go off at 16:30, and people are wondering why my phone is ringing. It's because suddenly the boarding house is accessible. I can suddenly now call my son at 16:30. So I have mastered the art of, if it's important, I can put it in my calendar. I have also realized that it's very important to have a great support system around you. Before, I used to think I could do everything on my own, and I realized it can easily become very strenuous and very stressful. So I have a fantastic support system around me that helps me navigate between ensuring that errands are run, ensuring that school runs are run, and also ensuring that I show up where I need to be, the way that I want to show up.